All right, with Brady Keeper as he's battling to earn a spot here with the Vancouver Canucks. Brady, I was taken last week in Whistler when you came out to do your media, and you mentioned a number of times about where you're from. And obviously your story has been told before, but I wonder about the importance of community to you. We know that you're from Cross Lake, Manitoba. We know it's a small First Nations reserve, a long way from Winnipeg, and obviously you've come a long way to get to this level. But just tell me a little bit about where you're from.
I'm from Cross Lake, Manitoba. It's in Manitoba, about 8 hours straight north of Winnipeg. These communities back home, these reserves. I think what pops up into my head right away is that we're really resilient people. There's a lot of things, like I said, we go through, and not a lot of people know about it. There's a lot of people who had helped me throughout my journey to get to where I am, and there are still people like my dad and past coaches that keep in touch, and I think that's one of the things that helped me. Those are the people that helped me along the way, and I'm really thankful for the people I crossed paths with, coaches, and even the community back home. It's just everybody knows each other. We're all like a family, I guess you can say, and it's just it's like more like I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for the people back home, kind of.
Don't be modest. Are you a big deal back home?
In my reserve, yeah. A lot of kids know who I am, and that's really humbling. And I know, like, them seeing me at home, it gives them hope to maybe achieve what they want to achieve in their future, and hopefully they can stay on the right path and stay away from the drugs and alcohol, like my dad preached to us, me and my brothers and sisters growing up. And I think that's one of the things that helped me is my parents. They guided us and corrected us when we were wrong, when we were doing stuff wrong, and I think that's why I am where I am today.
The odds of making it to the National Hockey League are exponentially long for any kid, let alone a young guy from a First Nations community. So why Brady Keeper? How did you make it happen?
My parents are really good. They gave us the support, even the community back home. And I never took we grew up with not a lot of money and all that stuff, and my dad's now a teacher, and my mom works at the local nursing station. So it's just I don't know how to say it, but it's just I just hope it gives hope to younger kids, and yeah.
Is there an element of trying to prove people wrong that said that it couldn't happen for you, or is it all about yourself and just proving to yourself how far you can push it?
I think it's a little bit of both. I know I've been throughout my journey, I've been cut a lot of times, and I knew I was better than most of the guys I was playing against, but my dad would say things that it's just you got to work harder than everybody else. It's because who you are and who we are, and I always took that to heart, and I try to continue to do that, and just try to work hard every day, keep my head down, be happy in the room, and all that kind of things, and just have a smile on my face every time.
There have been First Nations players in the National Hockey League, not a lot of them obviously, but I wondered, are there any that you used as inspiration? Did you have role models?
Yeah, the first guy that pops up in my head is probably Jordan Tutu. Obviously, there's the Nolans, and there's Bridget Laquette, who I played with with her brother growing up, so I knew that family pretty well, and then just guys like that who you want to be like, and you dreamt of being in NHL too. So, and then I just thought I wasn't any different, and just like a why not me mindset I always had, and I continue to have.
You talked about being cut at different levels, and maybe you felt that that shouldn't have happened. Did you encounter racism along the way?
I probably did. I probably came into one year and left the other year. I don't. My dad always told me just forget about it, and that's what I did. I that's how I was taught, and that's how I continue to live my life. Is just don't worry about it. Especially back then when we were younger, you couldn't really do anything about it. But now there's a you can say things. I guess you can just, I don't know how to say it, but you can just, I guess you can bring it out, and it's bad when someone says that kind of things now, but I haven't heard it since I've turned pro or anything like that. And I just, yeah.
I'm just curious about when you see in the news in the last couple of years from the 215 unmarked graves in Kamloops and Orange Shirt Day and the Pope coming and meeting Aboriginal people on their land and all of those sorts of things. From this side, it looks like we're taking some steps, but it's easy for me to say that. Do you think progress is being made?
I don't really want to comment on that kind of thing, that kind of stuff, but it is hard. You see all those kids that never came home to their parents. It's really sad. I just think about my kids and if that happened, and like how heartbroken. And it's hard for people like elders and all that kind of stuff that's been through that kind of things, and it's hard to just, you can't say sorry, you can't put a Band-Aid on it, but I think now it's, I guess, getting a little better, you could say.
All right. Well, let's finish with this. I mentioned Whistler right off the top. You also told us that you have 2 kids and another on the way. So what is the hope for your children in terms of the world that they're going to grow up in?
I want them to grow up how I did. I was fortunate to have good parents, and I kind of try and model myself the way they raised me and all that kind of thing, those kind of things. But they continue to guide me as a parent now, and how to, I guess if my kids will do stuff wrong, like my dad and my mom will be there to help me how to, I guess, talk to them and all that kind of thing. So I just want them to live a happy life, and the way I did, me and my brothers and sisters back home. So that's kind of how it is going to be.